The film begins with a woman named Sonia, who has a nightmare and awakens to it. Sonia lives with her husband and daughter, Violett. Their home is located far from the city, in the middle of the woods. Sonia often felt very scared there because her husband is a doctor. He goes to work, while Violett goes to school. Afterward, she is left alone at home, and the loneliness consumes her. As usual, she drops her daughter off at school and returns home, feeling quite disturbed. Then, in the evening, Violett and her dad arrive home, and we notice that despite her husband's presence, Sonia feels distant because he never gives her time. He's always busy, which leads us to assume their relationship isn't going well. All of this profoundly impacts her. We then see Violett watching Snow White on TV, where the witch is forcibly feeding Snow White the poison apple. After dinner, Sonia puts Violett to bed. Violett tells her, "I want Eva to sleep with me tonight." But Sonia doesn't understand who Eva is. Violett reveals that Eva is actually a doll lying under her bed. Looking under the bed, Sonia finds a doll given to her by a woman. Sonia tells her not to accept gifts from strangers and takes the doll with her. Sonia's mother immediately realizes that she's unhappy there. When Sonia tells her, "I feel like something's wrong with this house," her mother reassures her that everything will be fine. Seeing Sonia's sadness, her husband asks what's wrong. She could tell him everything, but Sonia refuses and instead gets irritated. While bathing, she dreams of being in an open space filled with flowers while the radio plays news about children going missing. The next day, she picks up her daughter from school. Violett asks, "Mom, what happens after death?" Sonia immediately asks why she's asking. Violett explains that a girl in her class said that people die like plants, buried under the soil, and never return. Hearing this, Sonia advises her not to dwell on such things and to avoid talking to strangers. The next day, she's home alone again when someone knocks on the door. When she goes outside, she sees an old woman who has brought fruits because her tree bore too many. She introduces herself as Sonia's neighbor. However, when Sonia refuses to take them, the woman begins to abuse her, saying, "These fruits will make your children healthy and live long. But you don't want them to live long. You want to kill them." Suddenly, the woman's demeanor changes, transforming into a terrifying witch, and Sonia closes the door. The woman looks exactly like the witch from Snow White. The scene then shifts to Sonia's childhood. Her father used to run a farm, and Sonia is sitting there drawing. Her drawing depicts a killer, and her father becomes angry at her. Surely, she saw something in her childhood that made her draw it. Her father wasn't a good man. He beat and tortured her a lot. He was cruel, constantly forcing Sonia to work on the farm. Returning to the present, Sonia meets her mother. Her mother apologizes because, despite knowing her father was cruel, she never left him. Because of this, both of them suffered through their childhood and youth. Sonia then dreams that she and Violett are in the same flower-filled field, flying kites together. Later, Sonia takes her daughter to a cafe and sees a news report about missing children. From then on, she begins experiencing strange things, numerous hallucinations. Things around her turn black and white, playing like an old film. One night, Violett disappears. Sonia searches for her and imagines seeing an ice cream van where a man is feeding children severed fingers, including Violett. But it's all in her imagination. That night, Violett is back home watching TV. Sonia tells her, "No matter what happens, I won't let anything happen to you." In the next scene, Sonia's husband takes them fishing. We notice Violett isn't very close to her father. She paints with her mother and later shows her painting. It's strange and dark. Same witch who came with the fruits. Sonia realizes Violett is talking about that lady. The next day, Sonia drops Violett off at school and notices a painter sitting on the roadside. The painter calls her over and insists she see his painting. It depicts the same missing children. She is terrified as the painter transforms into a ghost. Frightened, Sonia runs away. But moments later, everything returns to normal. Her loneliness is driving her insane. Her husband comes home and notices her distress. He asks what's wrong and what he can do to make her happy. Sonia says she loves him and hugs him. Suddenly, she recalls her past. Her cruel father making her work on the farm, denying her food, and one day sacrificing a goat. Terrified, young Sonia ran away, but was caught and punished. Back in the present, things seem normal. Her husband goes to work, Violett to school, and Sonia is alone at home. A plumber arrives to check the fixtures. While working, he finds a camera that belonged to Violett, a gift from Sonia for her 10th birthday. That night, Sonia tries to tell her husband about it, but stops mid-sentence. When she goes to get the camera, it's missing. She blames her husband, who insists it's all her imagination. Sonia loses control, screaming Violett's name, and her husband restrains her. To Sonia, he appears as a demon. Another flashback reveals her father terrifying her with a goat's skull, saying it was a demon that would decide her fate. Though it was meant to scare her, the trauma stuck. This is why Sonia now hallucinates the same demon. In the present, Sonia searches for Violett but can't find her. Her husband finally tells her to stop looking because Violett is dead and will never return. Everything Sonia saw, the school, the doll, the ice cream man, was a figment of her imagination. Violett had disappeared long ago, and Sonia's mind created false memories of her. Realizing the truth, Sonia breaks down, crying that if she had picked Violett up from school that day, none of this would have happened. Her husband tries to console her, but she falls asleep in the garden. The next day, he admits her to a mental hospital. After some time, she returns home, appearing somewhat better but still haunted. She starts suspecting the plumber kidnapped her daughter. Her husband reassures her and says they'll have another child. But Sonia says Violett never wanted siblings. She only wanted good parents, something Sonia feels she failed to be. Later, her husband goes for a walk in the woods. There, he digs up Violett's grave and finds her corpse and a goat's skull. The shocking truth emerges. Violett never disappeared. She was murdered. In a flashback, we see Violett discovering the skull while fishing. She kept it, fascinated by it, despite her father's warnings. One day, during an argument, he accidentally killed her. To protect Sonia, he buried Violett and pretended she'd been kidnapped. Overwhelmed by guilt, he shoots himself. Sonia later finds the camera near the house. We then learn that the plumber was actually her husband in disguise, trying to recover the camera that held the dark secret. When police arrive, they review the camera footage. It shows Violett filming the skull as Sonia tries to take it from her. In the struggle, the skull's horn slits Violett's throat, killing her instantly. Her husband buried her to shield Sonia from the truth. Sonia's mind, unable to cope, created illusions, living a life where Violett still existed. Only now does Sonia realize what she has done. In the final scene, she sees a box in a flower field containing Violett's body. She finally understands her husband's love and sacrifice. He bore the guilt so she wouldn't suffer. Haunted by her abusive past and the loss of her family, Sonia's life ends in utter devastation. The film concludes with this tragic revelation: